Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. I had a request from a viewer to show how I painted the cover of the Fragments journal, these flowers here. I am absolutely no artist, so I'm telling you, anybody can do this. Now, the inspiration I got for those, if you haven't watched my Fragments journal video, was from this picture here. This is from a magazine, and it's just these real sticky flowers, and there's the pink ones, then there's just green leaf ones, and then there's like yellow, which almost look like forsythia, but I don't think it is, but something like that. And I kind of combined them all to make pink flowers with, they've got little yellow centers and then green leaves. So I incorporated all those colors, but into just one type of flower. You certainly, using what I'm going to show you, can do these other, separate the colors and do them separately. But anyway, so yes, I'm going to give you a quick demo on how I did these covers. Of course, the fabric spine was just used the same colors as on the journal. This was just used to smudge the background color and to clean up the brushes and whatever. And I love the way the fabric came out. And of course, since I was cleaning up the paint, it matches the paint perfectly. So I'm going to just be doing it in a journal, and you can use whatever you like, substrate you like. And I'm going to try to find a brown color I like. These are my really, really cheap acrylic paints that I'm going to be using. And actually, these are the exact colors that I used for that, the covers. So let me just get that out of the way. Now, the one thing that I did use that anybody can get, this is, it's kind of like a stencil brush, but it's not really. It's just like one of these cheap Dollar Tree brushes. I bought these yesterday, so at least at my Dollar Tree you can still get them. They've got the very bushy, here, I'll show you. We'll use this one. It's got the very bushy, very uneven ends. If you use a brush that has nice smooth ends like this one right here, you're probably not going to get the same results because yeah, it was done with one of these cheap Dollar Tree brushes. So this is a stencil brush, I believe, this one that has the super flat top, but it's still bushy, if you can see what I'm saying. It's not, it doesn't come to a point or anything, or a square at the top. It just cuts off. This would probably work, a stencil brush, but I think for the real organic look, you might want to just go and invest in 3 of these really cheap brushes at the Dollar Tree. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, the first thing is to get your background color on. Now, for the point of saving time, I'm not going to show you how I did the background cover because it would certainly have to dry before you start painting the flowers on it. This is just cardboard, just regular corrugated piece of cardboard box. And so what I did was first I painted it with gesso, and then I just made myself some, I saw in the picture, it kind of has a tanny background here. I think this is actually wallpaper or something in this actual picture. But I just made like a tanny colored paint combination, and I brushed it on, and then I used the fabric to kind of rub it in to get the color. So you can make the background whatever color you want, but it might actually be easier for you to see if I just do it white like this on a journal page. So I'm just going to get a brown here. You don't need a lot. Oh, have I even opened it? Oh, yeah. You don't even need a lot of color for this, any of the colors, okay? So to make the branches, they are rather thin because I wanted them spindly flowers, right? So I used a thin brush to make the branches. And so this is the brush I'm using here. You see that? Any smaller brush, and this is a tapered brush. And it's just really, you know, if your brush is fatter than that, it's fatter than that. You know, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Really, all I did was this. I just made very light strokes with the paint. And I don't like this paint at all. This color, the browns. And I just kind of went like this. Some were fatter, some were thinner. Actually, I did a better job on the cover than I'm doing on this. But anyway, just very loosely, you want to just make some stems, however many stems you want. And if you look at this, mine, some of them don't even go all the way to the bottom. Like it was so light here, and then it got darker as it went up. I don't care. I like that. Okay, this is kind of, they're all coming down to the bottom like that, but they don't have to. So you are going to have to listen to this dry. This is the one part for sure that you're going to want to make sure is dry before you start doing the other parts. Although I think to get the best results, you're going to want each layer to be dry. I'm just going to make sure that this is dry because I don't want the colored paint of the flowers to blend in with the dark brown. So we're just going to have to do this. I don't want to have to edit this video, so I can just blot up any parts where I think it's a little bit thick. And I just want it dry. There we go. That's good enough. I just want it dry enough that the pink isn't going to blend in with the brown, okay? So the next thing I did, and I'm going to go ahead and use a palette, one of my high-tech palettes here. I started with a light pink. Of course, you use whatever color you want, but my flowers are light pink and dark pink. So I just picked, you know, two colors, 2 shades of pink. If you want yours orange, you know, you can pick 2 shades of orange, but you want to start with the lighter of the 2 colors. So I'm just going to squeeze some pink out here. And I'm just going to tap the end. Where am I here? I'm just tapping the end in the paint here. I need to move this up a little bit so I stay in frame here, so you can see. Okay, so then this is good. This is it, guys. This is all I did was with this sketchy brush. And if you can see how it just kind of makes very loose marks. It's not making any, I'm not trying to make flowers. I'm just dotting on blotches, that's a word now, of color on the stems. And you can go as high, or, you know, you can go all the way up if you want, or you don't have to go all the way up. You know, you can play with it. As a matter of fact, that's what I did with the covers. I figured, well, it's cardboard, and if I had really screwed it up, I would have just cut 2 more pieces of cardboard or painted over it. You know, it's just paint. It can be painted over. So let's go ahead and do this one here. We'll leave a little brown at the bottom of this one and this one. Of course, you could fill it in with something else if you came up with another, or you wanted just green leaves or something. Make some brown stems and just put green leaves on it. So that's the basis of your flowers right there. Just a cheap Dollar Tree brush and pouncing on there. Now, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to get a little bit of the drying going again. Just a little bit. That should be good enough. Now I'm going to take the darker pink and put that on the palette. Okay, and you only need a tiny little bit of that. You'll really only need a little bit, because this is just going to be, I'm going back to my small brush, and this is just going to be the little accent. Oops. Okay, Helen, don't do that. Oops. Okay. Oh, I want to make sure that brown is off the brush. Okay. So now I'm just going to take my, oh, not the pink, not the light pink, Helen. We're going with the dark pink. The dark pink, and I just randomly, can you see me here? Just randomly put dots like where it looks like maybe a flower bloom could be. So I just look, okay, that blotch right there, maybe that one right there, that one, that one, that one. You know, I'm just really randomly putting these pink dots on. And you can layer this probably as many times as you want, depending on how, you know, how detailed you want your flowers to look. Just like that. That's all I'm doing. And I did not watch a video. I did not do anything to come up with this. I just thought, well, I looked at the picture and said, this is what it looks like to me. You know, pink, light pink flowers with red. And I think this is probably supposed to be like the centers of the flowers, or where the flowers open up, like the outside leaves that are usually a little bit darker, petals actually. So see what I'm doing? Just randomly dotting on pink, the darker pink, in the other pink. Oh my gosh, it is so hot here. It is 90 degrees and it's April. It's still April and it's 90 degrees and it's going to be up in the 80s till Thursday. This is, I think El Niño is misbehaving, because this is not normal for us. It should be like upper 60s maybe, or 60s. And maybe one down there. Okay, so now we have this. Okay. All right, so we're gonna dry this real quick. Now when I did this, I think I made the stems here too thick. When I look at the one that I did on my cover, I really did them a lot thinner. So what happened was I just pressed my brush down too much. I should have not pressed so hard. Okay. These aren't perfectly dry, but they're gonna have to be good enough. So I'm gonna wash off my brush again and try to get that somewhat clean. Okay, so like I said, in this one here, there's no yellow in the flowers. When you look at the picture here, like in the pink bunches, there's no yellow. It's just light pink and dark pink. And even these bigger flowers are just light and dark pink. But see, there were these yellow flowers here. I just combined, like I said, I combined all of them into one stem. So again, you're just going to take a tiny, tiny bit of the yellow, even less than you needed of the pink, and you're just going to add some little accents. And this one here, I just put the little accents close to some of the red, the darker red. Like I put it at the base of some of these darker red ones, and not even all of them, just a couple. Yeah, I don't even know where this idea came from, but you know, the results were okay for the fragment journal. I mean, I don't think my art's gonna be sitting in a museum anytime soon, but that wasn't the point, right? The point was just to make a cover for the Fragments journal. And since I was also inspired by the floral journal, the floral class I had also taken at the same time, that's why I made the Fragments journal with a floral theme. Okay. Just real light, and I'm just dotting it kind of at the base of the dark, some of the darker pink blooms. Let's do one down here. Okay. And I'd like it better that it's not, I think it would be too much if you did the yellow on all of them. I just randomly picked out some of them to put the yellow on. So that's that. So again, drying, sorry, just a little bit. Another reason that it's good to dry actually in between is so when you're painting you won't accidentally like put your hand in it and smudge it down. You know, it has less to do with smudge the flowers running together than putting your arm in it and smudging it. Okay. So then the last thing I did on this is I added some little tiny little green leaves. And again, this is just so random how you do this. It's using the little brush again. Just a tiny little bit of green. And I just randomly just put little green marks for the little leaves. Sometimes I put the two together, like, you know, like almost like a little heart shape. And then sometimes I put them on the other side of the branches from each other. Sometimes there's just one by itself, or one on each side of the little dark red thing or pink thing. Just totally, again, random how this is done. And I know this is way thicker than I did the stems on the other one, so it will turn out well. If you keep your stem nice and thin, it will look a little bit more like I did on the cover. But if you accidentally do this and it goes awry like this and it gets a little too thick, you could always do a second coat of the lighter color before you start putting in the highlights with the darker color. And I'll tell you something, this just painting on these little highlights and the little leaves and stuff, it's quite fun. It's kind of therapeutic, actually, just making little marks here and there and trying to think, where would a little leaf be on this little branch? But nobody's going to be looking at it close enough to say, oh, you've got some going this way and some are going this way. You know, that would never happen in nature. Who the heck knows, right? Okay, I hope you can see this. Let me move this. Cute. I'm going to have to try do this with some other colors. I just use pink because pink is my favorite color. But it would probably look really nice with oranges too, with colors, shades of orange. Let me put some green, some little leaves right on the end there. Yeah, this part's really fun, putting in the little accents. Well, all of it is. I mean, it's not rocket science, so it's not anything that's too stressful. You know, and if you're not sure if you can do this, or you want to do this on a cover or a page that means something to you, then just practice like I am. Just put it in a journal, an art journal or something, as a practice page. Let's put some little leaves at the end there, some there. It would actually be fun, and I might do it when this dries, to put some highlights of stickles or glitter glue on there, on like the dark red parts or something. Let's put some more down here. Where my stems are kind of bare here, I can just put a few more little leaves. Two on that side. See, sometimes I'm putting two, sometimes one by itself with nothing across from it. Let's put a few more here, and you can look at it and kind of see, are they like pretty even with how much darker color they have? Are they pretty even with how much of the yellow? Are they pretty even with how many leaves they have on it, so that like one's not totally bare and one's super full or something? Guys, that is it. That is how I did it. It was actually that simple. So you just need this brushy, messy Dollar Tree type brush to make the blooms themselves, and then just highlight with the darker colors. And the I don't know, is yellow, is it a contrasting color? I don't know. And then the green leaves, and that's it. That's as easy as it is. So I hope you guys give that a try. You know, you can use it on a journal cover, or like I said, you can just use it in a book, in a art journal or something like that. So I have a little art journal spread here. I might put some little stuff in the background once it's dried, but here's a little art journal page right here. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions about it, you can put them down in the comments for me. Since this is the cover of the Fragments journal, this is the last of the 3 videos that you need to watch, comment on, like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And that's all I'm going to say. This one and the 2 videos prior to this that have to deal with the Fragments journal that I made, you will want to do that to all 3 of those videos. And that's all I'm going to say about that, probably for a week. Okay, so I hope that helps. Next video, I will probably try to show you how I drew. If you saw on my community tab, I made some black and white flowers using my left hand and just using a Stabilo or watercolor pencil and some gel medium. So they are super fun, super easy too. So next video, I'm hoping to do that one. So guys, I hope you like this video. Until the next one, I hope you all are truly blessed. Bye-bye.